Alrighty, and it's time for our exam. So all we're looking for here is the y-intercept in question 1, and we know the y-intercept is that last number, y equals mx plus b. The b is our intercept, and here that would be -3. Which of the following points lies on the quadratic curve y equals 2x squared minus x plus 1? Let's sub them in and find out. Only one of them should work out. When we put the x value in, we should end up with the correct y value. Let's have a look. When we put in our -1 in place of x, we end up with y equals -1 times -1 is 1, so 2. Minus is a plus 1 plus 1, y is 4. That was not the same in A, so that's not our answer. Let's try a different one. Let's chuck some zeros in those two places. 0 squared is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, minus 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. And again, not our right answer, so let's get rid of him and try our next one in there. We have a 1. 1 squared is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. And -1 is, well, -1 plus 1. 2 minus 1 plus 1 is 2. And what do you know? That is the right answer. That gives us C. Our next one is 80 kilometers in 4 hours. If you do that in 4 hours, what could we do in 1 hour? So 80 equals something times 4. What would we times by 4 to get to 80? Well, how about we divide both sides by 4 to work it out? M is, of course, 20. Maximum value for the quadratic function. Let's go with the Byron method. Props to Byron. Throw out some numbers, see what happens. Let's choose some random ones, see where we end up. Numbers. Let's sub some in and see what happens. I have a feeling this is going to end up in a very wrong place because our numbers are going to be way too small when we're looking for a maximum value. -24. Yeah, let's keep going, but honestly, looking at that, you could probably jump ahead a couple of numbers to the right. Just going to jump ahead quickly. Alright, here we go. So that's some numbers that are actually starting to show up in our original values, getting closer to where we actually want to be. And here we go with a 0. 0 looks like it's getting there. It's closer to the 3 out of the 4 of them. A 2 in. And we end up with 1. Hey, depending on what this outcome is, that could be our answer. One of these next couple should be anyway. Let's throw in a 3. 3 squared is 9. We're at -9. 3 times 4 is 12. So 12 minus 3. What do you know? That one's gonna give us 0. Which means that 1 is our high number. Boom. Dragging down here, I'm pretty sure most of you went pretty good with this question. Pretty basic formula, C equals 40x plus 50, where x is 2. 2 times 40 is, of course, 80. 80 plus 150 is 230. Next question, slightly more complicated equation, but again, summing in, as long as you don't mess anything up on your calculator, you should be perfectly fine. 0.4 into s squared plus s, where the s is 5, so 5 squared plus 5. 5 squared is 25, plus 5 gives us our 30. 25 plus 5 equals 0.4 times 30. We all know that 4 times 3 is 12, and then we've lost an extra digit there. Oh yeah, 12. Calculator's useful there otherwise. Really easy substitution. We've got y equals and y equals, which means we're going to end up with x plus 2 equals minus x plus 2. add an x to both sides to get rid of that minus x, and we end up with 2x's. And we're going to take a 2 away from both sides. 2x's equal 0. Well, if 2x is 0, then 1x is definitely going to be 0. Let's sub him in. Y equals 0 plus 2. Y is 2. Let's have a look. 0, 2, and that would give us our lovely b. Which of the following points lies on the reciprocal function y equals 8 on x? Again, we're just going to sub in some numbers and see what happens. Let's put in a minus 2 where that x is and work out what we got. 8 divided by minus 2 gives us minus 4, not what we wanted for an answer. Let's try a different one. Alrighty, 8 divided by minus 1 gives us minus 8. Again, not what we are looking for. Jumping over, and we have 8 divided by 0. Don't divide things by 0. It's not a real thing. You can't do it. And let's just check this last one, although it hopefully is the only one that can work. 8 divided by 2 is 4. What do you know? D for the solution. Second last question from multiple choice. Where is the break even? They cross there, which is above 10. Yay! Using the graph from question 9, determine the profit or loss for selling 6 items. Well, if we broke even at 10 items, then we've definitely got a loss, which means we're either negative 125 or negative 25. It does not look like we've lost $125 when the total cost was only $150. So that means we're definitely only going to end up at that negative 25 as the total. And there we go, multiple choice down. Having a look at a very quick graph, we've got a y-intercept and a gradient to find. Y-intercept is where it hits the y-axis, which is of course at minus 2. Our gradient, let's see how many he goes up over how many he goes over. We do know that this is a positive graph. We've got the point 0 minus 2, and then I found we've got 1, 1. So from 0 minus 2, we've gone up 3 places. We've gone across 1 place. 3 divided by 1 is, of course, 3. Chucking these guys into a calculator. And please, oh please, oh please, oh please, 1 decimal place. So many people who didn't. When we dip down, 0.3, 0.4, 0.66, which rounds to 0.7. 1.5 rounds to 2.3, rounds to 3.4, and on we go. Now, next thing, number plane, horizontal axis T, vertical axis V. Please don't draw it the other way around. It's been very specific in the question asking you to go that way. Vertical V, horizontal T. Now we're going across 1. We're going up 2.5, and that's where our first point is. We're going across 2, we're going up 4, going across 3, going up, going up to 5.5, across to 4, and up to 7, across to 5, and up to 8.5. Yay! Of course, you got your dots. Draw the line with a little arrow on the end of them. Really pretty. Preferably use a ruler. I don't have that ability on my iPad currently. I'm working on it. I'll get there, hopefully. Now, a linear model is just working out our equation, so let's work out what our M and our C are. C here is, of course, our y-intercept. Hey, look, on our graph, he seems to have run into 0 at that y-axis on 1. So C is 1. And the crowd goes wild. For our M, our gradient, how much does it go up when it moves over? Got a few different choices. We can grab a couple of points, or we can just count them out. Now you'll notice we've gone over 1 from 0 to 1, and we've gone up 1.5 from 1 to 2.5. So we've gone up 1.5 over 1. 1.5 divided by 1 is 1.5. I know, shocking. I'm shocked. You can see me. This would be my shocked face. So y equals 1.5x plus 1. Of course, you really should have used t's and v's there, but I was apparently not paying attention. Alrighty, what does this model, yes, the model that we just made, predict when t is at 2.5 seconds. Throw it in. Substitution is your friend. Dum-de-dum-dum. Then a calculator, and what do you know? Y equals 4.75. It's a very specific answer you're looking for there, guys. Be very, very careful, please. And again, t equals 10. We are subbing the number into where the place is in that equation. Not just guessing from the graph. 16. Shocked. Okay, now, this is another one of those places where throwing things into your calculator is very, very helpful. If you are struggling with that, let's just sub the numbers in. We've got minus 0 squared plus 6 times 0. Guess what? Timesing things by 0 gets us to 0. I know, you're as shocked as I am. I didn't see it coming. Alright, taking those zeros out, putting some 1s in. 1 squared is 1 minus 1. 1 times 6 is 6, so minus 1 plus 6, which gives us 5. Count it on your fingers if you're getting stuck there, guys. It's 6 and we took 1 away. Now let's throw our 2 in. Here, 2e. There's a good 2. 2 squared is 4, so we've got minus 4, and 2 times 6 is, of course, 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. And now we're going to throw our 3 in. Yay, 3s. We all love 3s. 3 squared is 9, so we've got minus 9, and that is 18, which gives us 9. Now, dum-de-dum. Throwing in a 4. 4 squared is 16, so minus 16 plus 24. What do you know? That gives us 8. Hey, do you see a pattern forming? Because I sure do. Who doesn't like a pattern? Also, you know, it's a parabola, so there's gonna be a pattern. That's kind of how parabolas work. We're at minus 25 plus 30. What do you know? There's a 5. Yeah, you see it. 0, 5, 8, 9, 8, 5. And what do you think? I think it's going to be 0. Feeling it. Miss Cav, are you feeling it? That was a from her if you couldn't hear it. I'm not sure how well that picked up. Oh, it's 0. Now, graphing. I'm so proud of those of you who did remember that you can carry errors forward. So if you couldn't work out how to do that particular table, you threw in some random numbers and graphed it. Really, my proud face is on. It's just amazing. But for those of you who did get the right numbers, this is how your graph should have ended up. Now, you could choose wherever your numbers went. Just make sure they are an even amount apart from each other, because that's how graphs are. It's a scale. You can't just make it weird. Please don't. Science has been complaining about it, and I'm sure it's not a maths problem. I don't know where it's coming from. Just don't do it, please. Let's find our little dotty dots. 0, 0, 1, 5. Now, some people didn't put like the 0, 0 one in for some reason. It just confused me. 2, 8. 2 and an 8. 3 and a 9. 3 and a 9. 4, 8. 8. 5, 5. 5, 5. 5 by 5. And 6 to 0. Yeah, so from the bottom to the bottom, that's when you throw something, it starts down and then it goes back down. I know, shocked. Alright, what was the maximum height reached by the rock? There he is at 9 meters. Different question. When was the maximum height reached? He was reached at 3 seconds. What and when are different words, guys. Be careful. I know you might be laughing about it now, but there are people who did not do well there. Alrighty, another point of intersection, we have y equals 3 plus x and y equals x minus 2. Hey, guess what? Y equals, so they equal each other. Yay! 3x plus 3 equals x minus 2. Let's take an x away from both sides. Dum-de-dum. We got 2 x's. I'm going to take that 3 away in a sec as well. Dum-de-dum. Alrighty, so we've got our 2x, and minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5, so 1x is minus 2.5, because that's half of minus 5. We're going to sub that number back in, up to the top, wherever we're feeling. I'm just going to sub it into that right one, because it's an easier equation. So y equals minus 2.5 minus 2, which is, of course, y equals minus 4.5. Now, let's actually put our answer somewhere. So we've got minus 2.5 minus 4.5. Yeah, exciting. Alrighty, question 16. Cost of item A